Hello everyone! Today we are diving into Magento Open Source, a very popular platform that has been around for years, but this year the conversation is shifting. If you are wondering if Magento is still worth it, you're not alone. I am with LitExtension, which migrate thousands of complex projects to and from Magento. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, and see the thing no one really warned you about. In this video, I will break it all down. What Magento Open Source really is, where it's shy, and where things can get a little bit tricky. Let's get started! Alright, so first, what is Magento Open Source? It's a free e-commerce platform that lets you build or store your way. If I got 3 words to tell you about this platform, it would be open source, customizable, and community-driven. You can customize everything, the storefront, the backend, the checkout flow, and if you have a dev team, you can build Magento store to the way you need. We have all kinds of stores running on Magento, from store with large catalog to store that sells in multiple languages. Magento doesn't have B2B feature by default, but I can see teams can add what they need because Magento is super flexible. And yeah, it's been around for a long time, since 2008. Even after Adobe took over and shifted focus to Adobe Commerce, the open source version is still alive, so active, and have a vibrant community around it. Now, let's look at what is new with Magento in 2025. Magento 2.4.7 dropped in March, followed by 2.4.8 drop in April. The 2.4.7 version brought PHP 8.3 support, which gives store a real performance lift. Then 2.4.8 version added PHP 8.4 and fixed over 400 issues. That's a big help for both merchant and dev who want to chase stability. To me, it just feels like steady progress, not a total makeover, but a real updates that make platform faster, safer, and reliable to work with. So in short, Magento is for business that want freedom, customization, and the ability to work on their own system. Now, let's talk about what we actually like about Magento after working on so many migrations. These are the reasons why people choose to stay or to migrate to. First, let's look at the dashboard. I'm here now and you can see how it gives me a quick view of sales, order, and customer activity. I find it's handy to see how the store is operating right now. One of Magento's biggest strengths is its flexibility, and you can see it right here, right in the Magento admin dashboard. Without touching any code, I can manage themes, update content, edit CMS page, change logos, and control what customers see on different storefronts. And for developer, the backend is fully open, so while I cannot share the code side here, I've seen teams that can do everything on Magento backend side and make the store truly there. This flexibility is why we have so many merchants migrate to Magento after they outgrow on their current platform like Shopify or Wix, especially those with unique catalog or storefront rule. Next, let's look at how Magento handles products. I'm here in the catalog product section, and right away I can get this product grid. It shows me everything I need: name, SKUs, stock level, pricing, visibility. It's all editable and searchable. And now if I jump into a single product, Magento gives me a lot of flexibility. I can assign custom attributes like size, color, rating, whatever it fits the product. Over in categories, I can organize products into collections like this one, Summer Collection. I'm able to enable or hide categories, add subcategories, and control everything appear in the storefront menu. But here is a small note. During some Magento migration, we see some category structure get messy. Subcategory may flatten out or get repeated, and that causes some confusion. And it's just something to watch out for if you are migrating to Magento or migrating away from it. But when set up correctly, the system gives both merchants and developers full control over merchandising without being locked into a fixed system. Now let's talk about Magento SEO. In Magento, SEO controls are built right into the dashboard under the marketing section. You can create URL rewrite manually, which is very useful when cleaning up product URL or migrating from older slots. You can also get the sign-up tool, search term report, and system testing to improve the search visibility. For store migrating from Magento, we always recommend keeping the setting intact. Things like URL, metadata, or description, because losing them is one of the biggest risks after a migration. Alright, so I have just talked about customization, product management, and SEO tool. But now I want to spend a little bit time to talk about what I really value about Magento Open Source, the community. I visit the Magento forums more than once to troubleshoot issues, for example, or just to see how other devs are solving problems. There are also tons of helpful tutorials, community projects like MeshOS and Meetup where people share what is actually working. For me, it's one of the things that set Magento apart, not the platform itself, but the people around it. And for anyone using an open source solution, that kind of support can truly make all difference. Alright, so we have just seen what Magento does well, but here is the part that no one really wants to tell you. We've worked with so many migrations, and we've seen where business thrive and where they struggle. Let's now start with the costs. Sure, Magento Open Source is free to download, but that is just the beginning. The hosting, the development work, the extension, the ongoing maintenance, it all adds up. So in our experience, based on the complexity of your site, the cost may start around $18,000. And to be honest, this number truly surprised many store owners to expect an open source solution to be cheap. Next, Magento is powerful, but it's not beginner friendly. The flexibility we have may come with extra setup or maintenance. So if you are not technical, even a small change can require developer help. We once have a client moving from Magento and their color option caused trouble. As you can see, the same color names show up in different languages, so the new platform wrote them wrong. We have to work with the dev team to clean up the data first before the migration. This kind of issue you only catch if you work with Magento migration for a while. Performance is another thing. If your store has a lot of products, your Magento site can run a little bit slowly unless you have some adjustment to your store. And I think it's really a thing to prep for if you are running a busy store. And lastly, there's some uncertainty. I've heard that Adobe is now pouring resources into Adobe Commerce, the cloud hosting on Amazon Web Service, AI tool like Sensei for analytics, while Magento Open Source gets steady but basic update. That makes me wonder about its future. Is Magento fading out? The community is fighting back with some projects like MeshOS to keep the open source version alive, but without a proper plan from Adobe, it's still like a question mark for a long term. Some people think that Magento Open Source is just a stepping stone to Adobe Commerce, while others think that it will not be here forever. So what is your thought? Will you stay with Magento or start looking for another option? I am not here to scare you, but to show you how I really think about Magento. These are the real things to consider if you want to migrate to Magento or migrate away from it. So now, if you are thinking of leaving or migrating to Magento, I just want to drop a quick note on migration. In our experience, Magento migration can be tricky. You are not just copying and pasting data, you are dealing with structured data that need to be mapped carefully. Things like custom field, tricky product setup, SEO link, and third-party integration can easily break if not handled properly. We always suggest using a test site first. That way, you can easily spot broken links, missing product, or any layout problem before going live. This is important, especially if you're dealing with big catalog or upgrading from Magento 1. At LitExtension, we've completed over 300,000 store migration across platforms, including plenty to and from Magento. So we know where merchants often get stuck and how to avoid the common pitfalls. So even if you are not working with us, just be sure to plan and check your site carefully before going live. A little prep now can save a lot of time later. So is Magento Open Source worth it in 2025? Honestly, if you are a merchant who wants total control over your store, or a developer who wants to build things your way, Magento is still a strong option. But Magento is not for everyone. If you want something simpler, more hands-off, Magento is a bit too much for you. So what do you think? Will we stay with Magento, migrate away, or are just curious about it? Drop a comment below and I would love to hear what you are seeing out there. If you are thinking about migrating, my team at LitExtension can help you make the move a lot easier. If you love this video, give it a like, share and subscribe. Thank you for staying with me today and see you next time.